Hey family, do you realize the Bible was written to a people, for a people, that all the instructions was given to the children of Israel? Yes, the Old Testament and the New Testament is talking to the children of Israel. He comes from the bloodline of Abraham and Isaac and Jacob. And as we know, Jacob's name was changed from Jacob to Israel. And then he had 12 sons. And Yahuah came out of the lineage of his son Yahudah. But this Bible gave only a people instructions to follow, not any other nations. He didn't make no covenant with no other nations. He only made it with one group of people, and that is the children of Israel. You say, prove it. Okay? Jeremiah, the 31st chapter and the 31st verse. We'll start there, and I'll be reading out a sefer. Behold, the days come, says Yahuah, that I will cut a renewed covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Yahudah. Verse 32. Not according to the covenant that I cut with their fathers in the day. His fathers, that means Abraham and Isaac and Jacob. He said that he's going to give a new covenant to his people, the children of Israel. And that I took them by the hand to bring them out of the land of Mizraim, which is Egypt, which my covenant they broke, although I was a husband unto them, says Yahuah. But this shall be the covenant that I will cut with the house of Israel. After those days, says Yahuah, I will put my Torah in their inward parts and write it in their hearts, and will be their Elohim, and they shall be my people. Now, do you hear him saying everybody that he made a covenant with? I didn't hear it, and I definitely didn't read about it. And people always want to use the scripture, John 3:16, that for God so loved the world. You don't even finish reading the whole remaining scripture of it. He's not talking about the world. And if you're looking in the Bible and you look underneath the precepts upon precepts, he's talking to Israel. Yes. So let's go to the New Testament for those people that don't believe still. In the New Testament, it's in Hebrews. Isn't that interesting? He's talking to the Hebrews. He's talking to a people. It's a chapter just to his people. And it's Hebrews, the 8th chapter, and we're going to start at verse 9. It says, actually verse 8, it says, for finding fault with them, he says, behold, the days come, says Yahuah, when I will cut a renewed covenant with the house of Israel, with the house of Yahudah. That's with the house of Israel and with the tribe of Yahudah. That's us. That we were scattered throughout the whole world. But he's not talking about any other nation that he made a covenant with. He's talking to us. And he's saying, he's telling us, you are my people. You have to follow the commandments. You have to follow the Sabbath. You have to follow my instructions. You as my people are supposed to rule and reign. You as my people are supposed to set the standards for all the other nations. We as a people is who he's coming back, that we're going to fight against all other nations, and he's going to fight them and he's going to win. You have to understand, he's talking about a people. So for people thinking that saints, if you look up the word saints, it says Israel. It doesn't talk about Christianity. It doesn't talk about Jehovah's Witness. It doesn't talk about Mormons. It doesn't talk about Methodists. It doesn't talk about Baptists. It doesn't talk about any of that stuff. That's religion. Catholicism, Lutheran, Protestants, that's all religion. He's talking about a people that he's going to take by his protect. His people that's supposed to do what he's called them to do. He's not talking to the whole world. He only made a covenant to the house of Israel and the tribe of Yahudah. I just read it. I'll read it again for you, and I'll say it louder to those in the back. He says, behold, the days come, says Yahuah, when I will cut a renewed covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Yahudah. So if you're not in the tribe of Yahudah, you don't have a covenant with him. You're not his children. This is only for us. So my call is to Yahudah. Quit worrying about if TikTok's going to be banned. Don't worry about all that stuff. You worry about your relationship and being in right standing with Yahuah, because he's looking for his people only.